What's up, guys? It's me. We are back in the crib for another edition of my all-time favorite series, where we break down some of the greatest post-fight speeches in MMA history. On today's episode, we are gonna now be taking a look at some of the best post-fight speeches after a fighter wins their championship. In my opinion, there's nothing better than seeing a fighter get that gold strap. They put their heart and soul into training for months to reach this moment, and when they finally raise that belt up above their head, it's pure emotion. But sometimes what comes after is even more legendary. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get straight into the first champion of today's episode. Alright, so the fight was absolutely insane. Jones vs. Gus Def. Both these guys were swinging bombs. It was an instant classic. Of course, at the end of the day, Jones got the victory by submission. Then he gets on the mic and says, "I am the greatest of all time. Stop typing. DC, you can come back. You're going to have to go through someone if your name is Ryan Bader or Lyoto Machida." Obviously, people were going to say, oh, he's a cocky bastard, thinks he's too good for everyone. But the reality is Jones has proven that statement. He has fought the top 3 light heavyweights in the division since that night. And even though he's had some hiccups along the way, he still remains undefeated at 265. So shout out to Jones for backing up his bold statements. Next up, we have to take a trip back to the very first UFC event. And this moment will forever go down in history, because this is the moment a fighter connects with the world. The very first UFC event took place in 1993. Royce Gracie was competing in the tournament, and he was fighting in the finals against a big lug named Gary Goodridge. If you didn't know, Gary Goodridge was no stranger to fighting. He used to compete in kickboxing. And at this time, he was undefeated in kickboxing. He was also 7 foot tall and 315 pounds. So needless to say, Gary was a big dude. Royce ended up submitting Gary with a rear naked choke in the first round. And then right after that, he got on the mic and said, "I'm so happy to be here. I want to thank God. I want to thank my family. I want to thank everybody who came here tonight. Thank you for supporting the Gracies and the art of jiu-jitsu." And this moment changed everything. From that night forward, the world started to take notice of mixed martial arts. And I think we can all agree that without that moment, MMA wouldn't be as popular as it is today. So a huge shout out to Royce for helping grow the sport. Next up, we have to talk about the champ. Champ, the GOAT himself, Georges St. Pierre. Now GSP has multiple amazing post-fight interviews, but I wanted to choose the speech he gave after he reclaimed the welterweight title from Johnny Hendricks. I mean, this one was super close. The judges saw it 48-47, 48-47, and 49-46. But regardless, the outcome was clear as day. GSP remained the champion. And then he would get on the mic and say, "I always say that if you're Canadian, you can be polite and humble. But tonight I was watching myself. I was like, fuck that guy. No, seriously, I want to say something. Obviously, John is an outstanding champion. He's a great fighter. He pushed me to the limit. He almost took the decision. I gotta congratulate him. He's an outstanding athlete. However, there's 2 things that irk me. Every time I fought, people said that I did not deserve it, that I lost. But tonight, I heard something that really bothered me. There was like, oh, the judges hate John Hendricks. Oh, they're trying to make GSP look better. That's bullshit. I think John Hender won the fight. If I was one of the judges, I would raise John's hand. However, it's a split decision. This is what makes our sport great. At the end of the day, I think John performed better than me in some aspects, striking, wrestling, but I think I dominated in the 3rd round and the 5th round. That's why I got the decision. That's why I got the W. So too, John. Respect, man. He was an outstanding champion, and I couldn't wait to see what the future brings to both of us. This speech is so underrated because it shows 2 sides of GSP. It's the humble and polite side, but then the other side that nobody sees. That ruthless competitor who wants to destroy his opponent. And GSP was unlying when he said he hated that guy because he wanted to finish John Hendricks. But even if that didn't happen, he showed maturity and respect to his opponent and the crowd. For that, I have to give him his flowers while he still can smell them. Next up, we have to talk about Daniel Cormier and Stipe Miocic. The heavyweight matchup between Daniel Cormier and Stipe Miocic is one of the best rivalries in MMA history. These guys went at it 3 times. Miocic took the first one, Cormier took the second one, and then Miocic came back to take the 3rd one. But today we aren't talking about any of those fights. We are talking about the first time Daniel Cormier became the heavyweight champion. After DC defeated Travis Brown, he would call out Stipe Miocic. And honestly, this is one of my favorite moments in DC's career, because this is when DC really started to find himself as a person and as a fighter. He says, I had to come here and do what I had to do because I am a father now. I'm a champion now, and I had to show you guys that I can do it. I'm on a mission to become the greatest of all time. I have a lot of work to do. I have a lot of doubters to prove wrong, so I'll be damned if I let anybody down. DC then turned to the crowd and said, Stipe, you've had fun. It's been cool. You've had fun around here. It's been cool. But I'm here now, and guess what? Boy, I'm coming for you. And then DC would follow that up by saying, I'm coming for you, Stipe. You already know it. Don't matter where you are. You hide in Cleveland. I'll find you. I'm coming to knock you out. I'm coming to knock you out. Stipe, look. DC wasn't just a fighter. He was an entertainer. A lot of people have doubted him throughout his career. They said he couldn't become heavyweight champion. They said he could never beat Stipe Miocic. But you know what? Out. DC proved them all wrong. And I love the fact that he stayed true to himself until the end. Lastly, we have to talk about Francis Ngannou. Now I had to save the best for last, because this one takes the cake. Back in 2021, Francis Ngannou defeated Stipe Miocic to become the heavyweight champion. I think we can all agree that this meant a lot to Francis, because he came from humble beginnings. Francis grew up in Cameroon. He worked in a quarry and then he escaped his country to avoid being killed. And then eventually he found his way into MMA. So when Francis won the championship, it meant more than just the belt. It meant freedom, hope, and a better life. And then he got on the mic and said, Cameroon, 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 my Africa, I am the heavyweight champion of the world. My people, I promised you. You believed in me and I did it for you. This belt is for my people. It's for all the people who believe in me. I know there's a lot of fighters who are looking for an opportunity. It's not easy to come from Africa and make it in this sport, but it can be done, and I'm proof of that. It's to my people and to Africa. I just want to say thank you for believing in me. I promised you this. And I want to thank the UFC for giving me this opportunity. To Stipe, you are a legend. You are a great champion. You made me work hard to get this belt, so I want to thank you. To Cyril Gane, I want you to know I'm coming for you next. And to all the fighters, I am the style bender. I am the knockout artist. I am the heavyweight champion of the world. I am the baddest motherfucker on this planet. Now this speech means more to me than just winning a championship. It represents dreams coming true, the power of believing in yourself, and of course the strength that comes from within. Francis ended up losing the belt to Cyril Gane in his next fight. But regardless, this moment will live on forever. Anyways, that's it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed this edition of Greatness in the Mic. I know I did. I hope you learned something new, and maybe even laughed a little bit. But if you did, make sure you subscribe and leave a like. And I'd also like to take a moment to promote my podcast, which I'll link down below. We just dropped a brand new episode, so if you have some free time, make sure you check it out. But anyways, that's it for me today. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.